Alright, so we got our box of Eldritch Moon here. And get that open. Man, the shrink wrap is strong. Alright. Start going, hoping for all the mythics, some good stuff. Hoping we get a Liliana. Probably for maybe an Emrakul. Liliana mostly is what we want. Alright, got a first pack. Let's see what we get. Alright, we have a Waxing Moon. Pretty cool. So we're going to pile these up. White, blue, black, red, green. So greens can just go like right here. Drag Under. Return target creature to its owner's hand and draw a card. Drag Under. Primal Druid. 0/3. If it actually wants to focus on the card. There we go. Primal Druid. Another green. A Skursdag Supplicant. Discard a card. Each player loses 2 life. And after I get through these commons, once we're just going to jump past them at some point. Saying, does it want to focus at all? Come on, that's a sweet spot. You should be focusing. Pull it back a little bit. No, anyway, so it's black, tap it, discard a card, each player loses 2 life. So, go blue, white, blue, black. That's a bold Impaler. 2 and a, let's see, 1 red, 1, 2, 2 and a red, it gets +2/+0. Seen this card yet? Bold Impaler, there it is. Alright. Steadfast Cather, 1 and a white, 2/1. Whenever it attacks, it gets a +0/+2. Gets a defensive bonus. Toughness. To focus. No, it does not. Alright, so there's our Steadfast Cathar, whatever. Doesn't feel like focusing. Spontaneous Mutation. Flash, enchant creature gets -X/-0, where it's basically cards in graveyard. Carry On, Terrarian, enters the battlefield tapped, 2, colorless, tap it, sack it, add 2 mana, any color to your mana pool, or in any combination of colors, so you get 2 mana, you can choose colors you want. Alright, I don't know why it doesn't want to focus, but try it again. Nope, Terran doesn't want to focus, so Artifact can go there. Alright, so we have Campaign of Vengeance. Multicolor. Whenever a creature you control attacks, if any player loses 1 life, you gain 1. Thirsting Axe. Equipped creature gets +4/+0. Beating of your end step. If it didn't deal combat damage to creature for turn, sack it. Cost 2. Okay, so focus really. Stormwalt Stag. Had that in the pre-release. It's a pretty good card. Stag. The autofocus. Pick it up. No. Okay. That. Newscraft Mob is the rare. Is on the right spot. Let's see. There's our Newscraft Mob. Newscraft. That's our rare. So over here we have a 2 flips. Ooh, and a rare. Awesome, double rare. So we have a Build and Pack Outcast. That's just a common. It's a flip Going to focus. There we go. Red. And Bruna, the Fading Light. That's our first legendary. Angel Whore. When you cast Bruna, you may return target angel or human card from your graveyard to the battlefield, flying in vigilance, and it missells with Gisela the Broken Blade. So 5/7. And the bottom half of the meld is that. So when the cards meld, they become like an oversized version. And each one has one half of this. So we got a Bruna. That's not too bad. Let's leave her up. All right, so there's our Bruna the Fading Light. So there. Flip card in the token. This can just go like trash. Actually, doesn't really matter. All right, so a Bruna the Fading Light. That's our first one, first rare. Borrowed Grace. It's an Escalate cost. Good. White. Another drag under. Olivia's Dragoon. Is it better bit of focus? Not really. Come on, focus in. I think it wants to focus on all of these. So we're just going to do the sorting later. I think the camera's trying to focus on that. And I'll just get all those sorted later in the show. See if that better. There we go. Olivia's Dragoon. It of the Horrid Swarm. Emerge for a 6 for a 4/4. With Emerge. Borrowed Malevolence. Field Creeper. It's a Scarecrow, a 2/1 Scarecrow. Doesn't do much, just a 2/1. 2/1 for 2. Spectral Reserves. I'm probably going to run a couple of these in my deck just so I can get some flyers out. Those guys are good. Get 2 flyers and you gain 2 life. Gonna set that over there because I might go on my deck. Laboratory Brute. Laboratory Brute. Yes, there we go. Lab Brute. Prophetic Ravings. Green creature has haste and discard a card to draw a card. Kind of appears as like the Mad Prophet from Shadows over Innistrad. No? Yes. Double Gas Herald. 2/1. Slayer's Cleaver. There's another Thassa. Very nice. So, Slayer's Cleaver. Equipped creature gets +1 and must be blocked by an Eldrazi if possible. Mercurial Geist. I like it. It's a 1/3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +3/+0. That's a really good card if you're playing red-blue. It can get pretty nasty if you're casting a lot of instants and a lot of sorceries. Good and common. There's Thalia Heretic Cathar. I have one of her in my human deck. I got she's also the Buy a Box promo. So I'm actually going to run this version. I like this artwork more than the one on the promo, Buying a Box. So Thalia is going to get sleeved. Here with Bruna. Then we have Flip, Ovenwald Captive. And Mountain. So land, token. Here's that Olivia's Dragoon we already got. And that's kind of useless. Let's crack this next pack. Reading it up. Boon of Emrakul, what's this do? Enchanted creature gets +3, -3. Boon of Emrakul. Cemetery Recruitment. Pretty good card to get creatures back from your graveyard. I had a foil of one of these from another pack I opened earlier. Crossroads, Consecrator. Solvent Cultist. Stentia Innkeeper. Let's see if that actually focuses. Stentia Innkeeper. When it enters the battlefield, tap target land or opponent controls, and it doesn't untap during its next untap step. It's a 3/3 for 4, and it's also a vampire. I don't see it being used that much. Probably not going to run into my vampire decks. Ironclad Slayer. Turn aside. Very nice card for 1 blue, counters a spell that targets a permanent you control. Alchemist Greeting. Common. Nephalia Academy. Like this, if you are forced to discard by your opponent, you can discard to the top of your library instead. And then taps for colorless. Weaver of Lightning. Reach, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this guy deals 1 damage to a creature an opponent controls. Subjugator Angel. First mythic in this box. A Deploy the Gatewatch. I don't really run a lot of Planeswalkers, but it's a mythic, so that's decent. Deploy the Gatewatch. Cryptolith Fragment. And it flips over to Aura of Emrakul, which is a flying death touch. Whenever it attacks, each opponent loses 3 life. I think it's, yep, Emrakul, and a first foil Providence, foil rare. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do at the beginning of your first upkeep, your life total becomes 26. Or if you just play it normally, your life total becomes 26. What was the rare in there? Deploy the Gatewatch. And that. Not too crazy about Deploy the Gatewatch, but we'll see. Sleeve up this foil as well. Foil Providence. Alright. These. Yeah, Newsgrass Mob. Grab that. Put those checklists over there. Grab another pack. Choking Restraints. I haven't seen this. Enchanted creature can attack or block. Sacrifice Choking Restraints. Exile enchanted creature. That's actually very nice. Yeah, 2 and a white. Can attack or block, and then you can basically pay that cost to exile it. I do like that a lot. Strange Augmentation. Let's see if it wants to focus. Strange Augmentation. On it, no, it doesn't. Bloodbriar. Whenever you sack another permanent, put a 1 counter on this. It's a 2/3 plant elemental. Bloodbriar. Borrowed Malevolence, we've already seen. Threadbend Standard Bearer. This guy, use him in the pre-release quite effectively with Miracles of Angel to For 1/1 for 1, I was able to sack them to get 3/2 Eldrazi creature. Come into focus. Like that, be better. Contingency plan. Oop. And there's the first card down. Grab him. That's a contingency plan. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of them into your graveyard, and then the rest on the back on top in any order. Thermal Alchemist. Fiendbinder. Probably gonna set these guys aside. Gonna probably maybe run a couple of these in my human deck. Like them, when it attacks, tap target creature, defending player controls. 3 and a white, so I might not actually run it because it's a 4-drop. I did use it in the pre-release pretty effectively. Just tapping stuff out constantly. Sweet spot. Camera likes to focus. Marked. There's that. Another shield. Long road home. Let's see what our rare is here. Mausoleum Wanderer this time. Doesn't look like it wants to focus again. This is just one. 1 blue for a 1/1 flying. When another spirit enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. You can sack it, sacrifice it. Excuse me. Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless the controller plays X, where X is the power of this creature. Pretty cool. Rare. Constrictor. Commons. And a Grizzle Angler in a flip. Swamp. Excuse me. Alright, take inventory. Battered Whore. Borrowed Grace. Motor Cemetery Recruitment. Crossroads. Consecrator. Steadfast Cathar. Spontaneous Mutation. We've already seen that. Bold Impaler. Another one of those guys. Guardian of the Pilgrims. Excuse me. Repel the Abominable. 1 and a white. Prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn by non-human creatures. Pretty good. I like it so much I just threw it on the ground. Shreds of Sanity. Turn up to 1 target instant card and up to 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Then discard a card and exile this card. Summerwold Stag. Elk that basically fights something when it comes in. Not too bad. Stormkirk Condemned. So it's a 2/2 vampire for 2 black. Discard a card. Vampires you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. Activate this ability only once per turn. Got that in my prize pack from the pre-release, actually. I have Graft Rats. So another one of the melds becomes the Chittering Host. In front of it. Checklist and an Eldrazi Whore. That's actually a spirit token. Alright, let's hope for some more mythics. Let's see. Tattered Horror, we've already got Cultist Staff. Dongriff. Flip them here. No. Cultist Staff. Dongriff. Good. 2/2 flying for 3. Not too bad. Brazen Wolves. 2 in a red. Whenever Brazen Wolves attacks, it gets +2/+2/+0 until the end of turn. Pretty decent. Hit of the Horrid Swarm. We've already seen him. Certain Death. 5 in a black. Destroy target creature. Its controller loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. A little expensive for removal, but could be good late game. Make Mischief. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Put a 1/1 red devil out on the battlefield. And when it dies, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Make Mischief. Iron Red's Cleansing. 2 in a white. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Right there. Displace. Exile up to 2 target creatures you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. Geist of the Lonely Vigil. Not bad. It's a flyer with Defender. Delirium to not have Defender. That's pretty good. Defender and flying. Safe Unbroken, 3 in a white. Enchant creature you control. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls. So this leaves the battlefield, and a creature you control gets +2/+2/+2. So exile something and give something of yours 2/2. Liliana's Elite, 2 in a black. It gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. It's a 1/1 zombie. Want to focus? It's not. Come on, focus. Back it up. Back it up. Come on, focus. Alright, doesn't feel like focus. And we have a Decimator of the Provinces. That's a second mythic. It's not a flip, but 10 mana. A merge of 6 and 3 green. You may sack a creature. You cast a spell by sacking a creature and paying in the emerge cost reduced by that creature's converted mana cost. When you cast your creatures you control, get +2/+2 and gain trample until the end of turn. It also has trample and haste, and it's a 7/7. The Eldrazi Boar. That's it, right? Yep, and a Tangle Claw Werewolf. In. Boom. Another pack. Alright, 2 mythics so far. Not the mythics I'm really wanting, but we're doing alright. Livy's Dragoon, take inventory, Wolfkin Bond. Drop out the pass, Lunarch Mantle. Lunarch Mantle's pretty crazy. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 and has the ability to pay 1, sack a permanent. This creature gains flying until the end of turn. Pretty good artwork on that one. To focus so you can see the artwork. Yep. Cultist, Borrowed Hostility, Thrammond. Emblem, a Tameo emblem. Be really cool if I got Tameo, but I haven't got her yet. So what we have here, Drinker of Sin. Where this wants to. I've noticed it's liked it better down there. There's Drinker of Sin. Spirit of the Hunt, Flash. When it enters the battlefield, each other creature you control, that's a wolf, gets a wolf or werewolf gets +0/+3. What's this? Dusk Feaster, 5 and 2 black for a 4/5 with Delirium. Cost 2 to cast if you trigger Delirium and has flying. That's like probably something I wouldn't run. And Drog Skull, Shieldmate. With disposal. Alright, Desperate Sentry. Blood. Get to the mythics and rares. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty Fiend is our rare that time. Flash, Emerge. When you cast it, tap up to 4 target permanents. Not too bad. There's a Dylan Pack Outcast. And a couple other decent uncommons. Valley Academy, Abundant Maw, and Clear Shot. Target creatures you control get +1/+1. At the end of the turn, it deals damage to its power to target creature you don't control. So basically, it fights something. Yeah, that's Clear Shot. Not too bad. Nice instant. Stack those. And we'll be going through all the rares and mythics and foils again at the end of this video. Alright. Ingenious Scab, Strange Augmentation, Backward Survivalist, Cemetery Recruitment, Crossroads, Standard Bearer, Cultist, Burrowed Hostility, Shield. I might need one of those shields for my deck. Rise from the Grave, put target creature card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's a black zombie in addition to its other types. Costs 4 and a black, so basically you pull something from any graveyard. I think it's any graveyard. Yep, from a graveyard, so you can take your opponent's stuff. Faith Unbroken, I've seen that. Imprisoned in the Moon, so we have 2 and a blue, enchantment, enchant creature, land, or planeswalker, and becomes a colorless land with tap to add colorless to your mana pool, and it loses all its other abilities. Basically, you play that on your Emrakul, any of your like other planeswalker, basically makes them useless. And a Kessing Prowler. Nope, I put that there. Choking Restraints, Boon of Emrakul, Borrowed Malevolence, Patrol, and that aside because I need those in my deck. Weirded Vampire, Fogwalker, Stensia Innkeeper, Spectral Reserves, Slayer's Cleaver, Give No Ground. Target creature gets +2/+6 until the end of turn. It can block any number of creatures this turn. So nice Gideon artwork. Basically throwing off some Eldrazi's. It's pretty cool. Incendiary Flow. 1 in a red. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If a creature of this would die, it gets exiled. Have a foil. Another mythic. Ishhakan Grathwidow, 4 in a green for a 3/5 of reach, Delirium. Enters the battlefield after 4 more creature cards in your graveyard. Put 3 1/2 green spider tokens with reach onto the battlefield. 6 in a black. Target opponent loses 1 life for each spider you control. An Extractor of Sin again for my flip spot. We have a foil Shrill Howler, so a foil uncommon. What else can go there for now? Boom. Token. Alright. Boon of Emrakul. Spring Sod Ritual. Battered Whore, Wolfkin Bond. Succumb to Temptation. Draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Lighten Maniac. Field Creeper. Steadfast Cathar. Spontaneous Mutation. Abandon Reason. 2 in a red. Up to 2 target creatures. Each get +1/+0 and gain first strike. So that's also 1 in a red Madness cost. Markov Crusader. Let's see. 4/3 with lifelink. So 4 in a black for a 4/3 with lifelink. Lifelink has haste as long as you control another vampire. Yes. Alright, come on. You can focus. Want to focus there? Don't want to focus very well. Oh well. We have Drownyard Behemoth with 5/7 with flash and a merge cost of 7 and a blue. It has hexproof as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. It's a 5/7. Huron Gracious Champion, very nice. Been looking for these guys. You guys are pretty cool. Two colorless, green white. 3/3 with flash and lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, other humans you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn, and they also gain lifelink. That's a good guy. That's a good card. And a Conduit of Storms, so 2 in a red. It's a Werewolf Whore. When it attacks, add red to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase this turn. 3 and 2 red, you can transform it. So here's Flippy to Conduit of Emrakul. When Conduit of Emrakul attacks, add 2 colorless to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase. Basically, instead of adding red, it now adds colorless. Then Huron's Gracious Champions right there. There's a checklist. Looking. Alright, come on, Liliana. That's who we want. Or Emrakul. Be happy with the other one. Or all three. Let's see what we have here. Distemptor of the Blood. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample. You can also madness for 1. Choking Restraints, Grapple with the Past, Evoni Unhallowed, Lunarch Mantle, Fogwalker, Stensia Innkeeper, Ironclad Slayer, Contingency Plan, Ruthless Disposal, 4 in a black, as an additional cost to cast it, discard a card and sack a creature. Target creatures get -13/-13 until the end of turn. Jeez. Because of a high casting cost, so you gotta pay 5 mana, discard a card and sack a creature. Two target creatures your opponents control get -13/-13. You have Give No Ground, that's again with Gideon. It's a good card. I might actually run that. It doesn't really give much. Murder and Sanctifier of Souls, Midnight Scavengers. So Sanctifier of Souls, 3 in a white. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. 2 in a white, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Put a white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Midnight Scavengers. So 3/3, Melt of Grass Rats, Melt of the Rats, and like that. Mountain. And an insect token. Galvanic Bombardment with this. Deals X damage. You target creature where X is 2 plus a number of cards named this in your graveyard. So it does at least 2 damage to start, and then the more of these you have in your graveyard, the more damage it does. A Wretched Griff, Scepter of Blood, Wailing Ghoul, Bloodbriar, Convolute, Make Mischief, Faithbearer Paladin, Spontaneous Mutation, Pel the Abominable, we've already seen that. Whispers of Emrakul, 1 in a black, target opponent discards a card at random. Delirium triggers, they discard 2. Spreading Flames, 6 in a red, deal 6 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. 6 damage for 7, you can spread it out however you want. Another Mausoleum Wanderer. Seen that? We have a Cryptolith Fragment, again, which was a flip into the fragment. Come on. Cryptolith Fragment, so it's 3, enters the battlefield, taps, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Beginning of each upkeep, each mana pool, each player also loses 1 life. Beginning of each upkeep, beginning of your upkeep, if each player has 10 or less life, transform it to the Aura of Emrakul. So a 1/4 with Flying, Death Touch, and whenever it attacks, it deals 3 damage to something. Let me see, to Deals 3 damage to each opponent. Yep, or each opponent loses 3 life. Alright. We have a backwoods survivalist. 3 and a green for a 4/3 with delirium. Gets +1/+1 and trample as long as there are 4 or more cards in your or card types in the graveyard. It's a guardian priest. 1 and a white for a 1/2. Tap target non-human creature. Not too bad. Ulta staff, cemetery recruitment, crossroads, contingency plan, Throw alchemist, feet binder, Athar shield. Blessed Alliance, which is escalate. Pay 1 and a white, but you can choose one of these. Target player gains 4 life. Untap up to 2 target creatures, or target opponent sacrifice as an attacking creature. You can pick one, and then if you have open mana, you can pay 2 more to choose a different option. You can choose all of them if you have 6. If you have, I believe, 6 total mana. Cool. Shreds of Sanity. Turn up to 1 target instant and sorcery from your graveyard to your hand and discard it. Discard a card and exile this. This Abundant Maw, Eldritch Evolution. 1 and 2 green. Additional cost to cast it. Sack a creature. Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost plus that card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Exile Eldritch Evolution. Actually, not a bad tutoring card. And a Lone Rider. Brazen Wolves, Prey Upon, which is nice. Waxing Moon. Transform up to 1 target werewolf you control. Creatures you control gain trample until the end of turn. I'm going to set those aside. I think I know somebody that might want some of those. Bold Impaler, Guardian of Pilgrims, Displace, Terrarium, Fortune's Favor. What's Fortune's Favor? Target opponent looks at the top 4 cards of your library and separates them into face-down pile, a face-down pile, and a face-up pile. Put 1 pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Geist-Fueled Scarecrow. For a 4/4 creature spells you cast cost 1 more to cast. Spells you cast cost 1 more. Okay. I don't get that. Vampire Cutthroat, Skulk. 1/1 Skulk for 1/1 Skulk and lifelink. Splendid Reclamation. This 3 and a black, or 3 and a black, 3 and a green. Turn all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So if you're playing against a land destructing deck, a nice way to get your lands back. And it costs 4 total. The source. Guessing Prowler and a Cavany Unhallowed Foil. There's the foil. And a Kessing Prowler. 1 green, cost 5 to transform. Transforms to a 4/4 Eldrazi Werewolf. Alright, Dawngriff, Brazen Wolves, Borrowed Malevolence, Woodland Patrol. Well, the Bearded Vampire, Spectral Reserves. Did I put that Spectral? I can just go right there. Laboratory Brute, Prophetic Ravings, Lunarch Marshal, Blood Mist, 3 in a red at the beginning of combat. On your turn, target creature you control gains double strike until the end of turn. Nice enchantment. Guess it's just an enchantment, global enchantment, and then you choose which creature you want to get have double strike. Wants to focus. Geist Fuel Scarecrow, Chilling Grasp. Tap up the 2 target creatures and they don't untap during the next untap step, and has a madness of collective effort. 1 and 2 white, escalate. Um, so 3 mana, but its escalate is tapping stuff, so you can choose one. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Destroy target enchantment, and put a 1/1 counter on each creature target player controls. And basically, you tap an untapped creature to pay the escalate cost. An Ovenwold Captive and an Island. Alright. Desperate Sentry, Ingenious Scab, Swift Spinner, Cemetery Recruitment, Crossroads, Consecrator, Excellent Cultist, Thermo Alchemist, Fiendbinder, Contingency Plan, Raft Harvest, okay. Zombies you control have Menace. 3 and a black, exile a creature card from your graveyard, put a black zombie token creature onto the battlefield. Pretty good. Liliana's Elite. Lashweed Lurker. Emerge 5 and a green and a blue for a 5/4. When you cast it, you may put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. It's a 5/4 for 8. An emerge cost. Grimflayer, there's another mythic. Black green, 2/2 trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put any number of them into your graveyard, and the rest back on top of your library in any order. Gets +2/+2 if you have Delirium. Another Lone Rider and an Island. Alright, that's 4 mythics and none of the great ones, so don't think I'm going to be pulling any of them. Let's see. Ingenious Scab, Choking Restraints, Spring Sage Ritual, Raven Thowbloods, Primal Druid, Terrarium, Make Mischief, Faith Bearer Paladin, Lunar Force, Noose Constrictor, Geist of the Archives. Geist of the Archives, Identity Thief. Another mythic. That's interesting. Okay. So we have Identity Thief, 2 and 2 blue, 0/3. When it attacks, you may exile another target non-token creature. If you do, it becomes a copy of that creature until the end of turn. Return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Identity Thief. We also have a Shrill Howler. Basically transforms to Howling Chorus, which is 3/5. And another mythic, we have Ulrich of the Growlin Horde, 3 and a red and a green. 4/4, whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into it, target creature gets +4/+4 until the end of turn. Beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, it gets transformed. So there's its human form, flips over to being Ulrich Uncontested Alpha, which is a 6/6. Whenever this creature transforms into Uncontested Alpha, you may have it fight target non-werewolf creature you don't control. Beginning of each upkeep, if 2 or more spells are cast, transform it back. Bad. I already put the Identity Thief in. I did. Alright, cool. Rare section. We have a Eldrazi Horror in the checklist. The Cultist Staff, Olivia's Dragoon, Weirded Vampire, Primal Druid, Skursdag Supplicant, Raven Standardbearer, Excellent Cultist, Borrowed Hostility, Cathar Shield, Lunar Force. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, sacrifice Lunar Force and counter the spell. Crop Sigil. Beginning of your upkeep, you may put the top card of your library into your graveyard. Delirium, 2 and a green. Sack it, return up to 1 target creature card and up to 1 target land from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if there are 4 more card types in the graveyard. advanced Stitchwing. So 3 and 2 blue for a 3/4 flying. It's a zombie horror. 2 and a blue, discard 2 cards, return advanced Stitchwing from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And a Blood Hall Priest. 2 black red, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, if you have no cards in hand, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and it has manas for 1 black, 1 red. And a Midnight Scavengers. I should probably start up another pile here. Get these shields off the ground. There we go. Desperate Sentry, Genius Scab, Mage Ritual, Galvanic Bombardment, Swift Spinner, Gathering Unhallowed, Iron Rights Cleansing, Spontaneous Mutation, Stensia Banquet, Thirsting Axe. Thirsting Axe was this. Target creature gets +4/+0. Beginning of your end step, if you quest creature didn't deal combat damage to a creature of his turn, sacrifice it. We've seen that one. There's Ride Down, red white. This is a reprint from target. Destroy target blocking creature. Creatures that were blocked by that creature of his combat gain trample until the end of turn. It's a reprint from Fate Reforged, Khans of Tarkir. I don't recall exactly. Insatiable Gorgers. So 2 and 2 red, 5/3. Attacks each combat if able. Madness is for 3 and a red. Rare is Lupine Prototype. 2 colorless. It's an artifact. Artifact creature, Wolf Construct, 5/5 for 2 colorless. Can't attack or block unless a player has no cards in hand. Bad Impact, Outcasts, and Checklist. It's nothing really. So, a new pile there. Just gonna sort them out. Alright. Guardian Priest, Boon of Emrakul, Grapple with the Past, Rebound Foulbloods, Primal Druid, Fogwalker, Stensia Innkeeper, Spectral Reserves, Turnicide, Emrakul's Influence. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi creature spell with current mana cost 7 or greater, draw 2 cards. Hamlet Captain, 1 in a green, 2/2. Whenever it attacks or blocks, other humans you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. Not too bad. I have a spot in my deck. Subjugator Angel, Dwarf Infiltrator, what's this? 1 in a blue, human horror, 1/1, Skulk. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay 2. If you do, put a 3/2 Eldrazi out. And a Smoldering Werewolf. When an attacker enters the battlefield, deals 1 to target creatures and transforms 6 or into red. Transforms into Erupting Dreadwolf. Borrowed Grace, Otherworldly Outburst, Prey Upon, Bloodbriar, Borrowed Malevolence, Falcon Wrath, Reaper, Bear Paladin, Field Creeper, Old Impaler, Rise from the Grave. We've already seen that. Basically, pulls a zombie or a creature out of a graveyard, makes it a zombie. Crop Sigil, Groundyard Behemoth, Emerge, 5/7. Sigarda's Aid. You may cast Aura and Equipment spells as though they had flash. This is 1 white. Whenever an equipment enters a battlefield under your control, you may attach it to target creature you control. That's pretty cool. So auras and equipment can come out whenever, and when equipment comes out, it can be attached for free. And a Lone Rider. A lot of Lone Riders today. It's being pretty common in the flip spot. Play the rares? Sure. Yeah, I'll start doing that. Side. Uh, there's a Lashweed Lurker. Lashweed Lurker, Spreading Flames. Eternal Scourge is a rare. May cast Eternal Scourge from exile. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability in front of controls, exile that, and it's a 3. Also have a Overworld Captive and a Build-in pack Outcast in foil. That foil down there, put that one down there. And these were the uncommons. Let's see what else we have here. Fury Blade Vampire. Unsubstantiate. Insatiable Gorgers. Rare is Coax from Beyond the Blind Eternities. Like I think it was one of the Eldrazi cards from the first Eldrazi set or first Zendikar set, lets you pull a Eldrazi that you own out of like anywhere. And a foil Vexing Sculptor. First token. There. I don't have time to sort through all these a little bit later. So, I know somebody might want that one. I have Graft Harvest, Peace of Mind, Drog Skull, Mate we've already seen, and another Providence. Pulled out a foil earlier, but there's a regular version of it. Providence, Single Claw Werewolf. No Planeswalkers yet, but let's see. Hopefully we get some more Mythics. Cavalry. Good. Okay. Prying questions. Ranged Whelp. Nebulous of Frost. That's not bad. And that Scavengers and Swamp. Spirit. Rare can go there. Only seeing one meld card so far. I think the others are all rares. I did get Bruna, so I need to get half of it, but I need the mythic, the other one, mythic. Haunted Dead. 2. Campaign of Vengeance. Killing Grasps. And there's a Thalia's Lancers, very nice. I can use that in my human deck. 4/4 first strike, can tutor for a legendary creature. Nice, so that's going to go right over here. Curious Homunculus. Alright, getting down to the bottom quarter of the box, it looks like. Got a Fogwalker. Savage Alliance. Laurelwood Triad. Incendiary Flow. There's a Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Each player can discard a card, taps for waste. 2 mana, each player draws a card and then discards. Win token. Fury Blade Vampire. Dark Salvation, Graph Rats. Okay, 2 rares. That's not too bad. Let's see what they were. Dark Salvation. Good. And Docent of Perfection. Docent of Perfection. It's a flip. And it does all that. Flips over to this guy. Final Iteration. Long Road Home. Vampire Cutthroat. Already seen that guy, I think. Skulk. Lifelink 1/1. Ride Down. Crypt Breaker. I haven't seen this one. 1 black. 1 in a black. Discard a card. Put a 2/2 black zombie onto the battlefield. Tap 3 untapped zombies you control. Draw a card and lose 1 life. Midnight Scavengers. And there's Gisela the Broken Blade. Very nice. Fuses with Bruna. Another good mythic there. Flying First Strike, Lifelink, beginning of your end step. If you own both of them, they meld into the Eldrazi Angel thing. She's probably going to go in my... She's not a human, but she has a lot of abilities, so I'm probably going to put her in my human deck because it's going to be running Eldritch, so he'll be able to use all that stuff that she does to buff other creatures. What was she again? Flying, First Strike, and Lifelink, yep. So basically, I have her out. Actually, my friend might want that. Right on her. Savage Alliance, Warcraft Crusader, Hello, Mirrorwing Dragon, another mythic. That's cool. Basically, let's see what he is. 5, 3 and 2 red for a 4/5 flying. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery that targets only the dragon, that player copies that spell for each other creature he or she controls. That spell could target. Each copy of that spell targets one of those other creatures. And another Graft Rat. Not that that one makes any difference really. I'm not going to be running those guys. Alright, it's a Guardian Priest. Mockery of Nature, I haven't seen this one yet. Emerge, 7 and a green for a 6/5. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Scour the Laboratory, 4 and 2 blue. Delirium. 2 list to cast if you have 4 more card types, and you get a draw 2. Oh, 3. Draw 3 cards, sorry. Foul Emissary, 2 and a green, 1/1. Deal a crucial card. Put in the hand the rest on the bottom of your library. When you sack it while casting a spell with Emerge, put a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi out. So basically, if you use him with Emerge, you get another token creature. Assembled Alphas, not great. And that's the bulk rare you get in the intro deck. Foil Sigardian Priest. Whispers of Emrakul, we already seen. Scour the Laboratory. Hamlet Captain. Elder Deep Fiend. Already seen him. We think we pulled a few today. Yep. Graft Rats again. An island. Alright, down to the final 3. Hopefully we see something decent. There's probably no Planeswalkers, but that's all good. Impetuous Devils. Not particularly good. That's like that's a bulk rare right there. Tree Folk, dude. Final pack. Pick up another Thalia's Lancers if I won. Permeating Mist, that. Chemicals Influence foil. Permeating Mass. Permeating Mass and Wolf. Emerald's Influence and then Forest. Eldrazi. That's that. So we had Permeating Mass. Impetuous Devils. Eldritch Fiend. Assembled Alphas. Nearwing. Mythic. Sella. 4. Another Thalia. I'm gonna run her in my deck. Ductant. That. Guided Reach. Frost. That. Coach. Guard as Aid. That might run in the deck. Orphan Trader won't run. Another Mythic foil. Mythic. Boom, 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 boom. He's going in the deck. Another Mythic. Mythic. It's a foil and another Mythic. Some decent pulls. So we got Gatewatch. Not happy about that really, but I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to be making a green and white humans deck. And that video will probably be up on YouTube at some point, youtube.com/iceform. This video will be up there as well. I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I want everybody to take care. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.